the more clearly we can focus our attention on the wonders and realities of the universe about us, the less taste we shall have for destruction. Those who contemplate the beauty of the earth find reserves of strength that will endure as long as life lasts. There is something infinitely healing in the repeated refrains of nature, the assurance that dawn comes after night and spring after winter. It is a curious situation that the sea, from which life first arose, should now be threatened by the activities of one form of that life. But the sea, though changed in a sinister way, will continue to exist. The threat is rather to life itself. In nature, nothing exists alone. But man is a part of nature, and his war against nature is inevitably a war against himself. In every outthrust headland, in every curving beach, in every grain of sand there is the story of the earth. If a child is to keep alive his inborn sense of wonder, he needs the companionship of at least one adult who can share it, rediscovering with him the joy, excitement, and mystery of the world we live in. One way to open your eyes is to ask yourself, what if I had never seen this before? What if I knew I would never see it again? The edge of the sea is a strange and beautiful place. It is a wholesome and necessary thing for us to turn again to the earth, and in the contemplation of her beauties to know the sense of wonder and humility. Those who dwell, as scientists or laymen, among the beauties and mysteries of the earth, are never alone or weary of life. The question is whether any civilization can wage relentless war on life without destroying itself, and without losing the right to be called civilized. It is not half so important to know as to feel. The human race is challenged more than ever before to demonstrate our mastery, not over nature but of ourselves. Only within the moment of time represented by the present century has one species, man, acquired significant power to alter the nature of the world. The aim of science is to discover and illuminate truth. And that, I take it, is the aim of literature, whether biography or history. It seems to me, then, that there can be no separate literature of science. For the sense of smell, almost more than any other, has the power to recall memories, and it's a pity we use it so little. How could intelligent beings seek to control a few unwanted species by a method that contaminated the entire environment and brought the threat of disease and death even to their own kind? There is something infinitely healing in the repeated refrains of nature, the assurance that dawn comes after night and spring after winter. It is also an era dominated by industry, in which the right to make a dollar at whatever cost is seldom challenged. Those who dwell among the beauties and mysteries of the earth are never alone or weary of life. Have we fallen into a mesmerized state that makes us accept as inevitable that which is inferior or detrimental, as though having lost the will or the vision to demand that which is good? The more clearly we can focus our attention on the wonders and realities of the universe, the less taste we shall have for destruction. For most of us, knowledge of our world comes largely through sight, yet we look about with such unseeing eyes that we are partially blind. One way to open your eyes to unnoticed beauty is to ask yourself, what if I had never seen this before? What if I knew I would never see it again? By acquiescing in an act that causes such suffering to a living creature, who among us is not diminished? Life is a miracle beyond our comprehension, and we should reverence it, even where we have to struggle against it. The road we have long been traveling is deceptively easy, a smooth superhighway on which we progress with great speed, but at its end lies disaster. Drink in the beauty and wonder at the meaning of what you see. Many children delight in the small and inconspicuous. If facts are the seeds that later produce knowledge and wisdom, then the emotions and the impressions of the senses are the fertile soil in which the seeds must grow. It is more important to pave the way for the child to want to know than to put him on a diet of facts he is not ready to assimilate. Natural beauty has a necessary place in the spiritual development of any individual or any society. Against this cosmic background, the lifespan of a particular plant or animal appears not as drama complete in itself, but only as a brief interlude in a panorama of endless change. Only within the moment of time represented by the present century has one species, man, acquired significant power to alter the nature of his world. From a ball of mud taken from a bird's plumage, Charles Darwin raised 82 separate plants, belonging to 5 distinct species. Those who contemplate the beauty of the earth find resources of strength that will endure as long as life lasts. It is our alarming misfortune that so primitive a science has armed itself with the most modern and terrible weapons. Most of us walk unseeing through the world, unaware alike of its beauties, its wonders, and the strange, and sometimes terrible intensity of the lives that are being lived about us. For the first time in the history of the world, every human being is now subjected to contact with dangerous chemicals from the moment of conception until death. The ultimate answer is to use less toxic chemicals so that the public hazard from their misuse is greatly reduced. And as life began in the sea, so each of us begins his identical life in a miniature ocean within his mother's womb. Every grain of sand or silt carried out by the rivers and deposited at sea displaces a corresponding amount of water. Such plants are weeds only to those who make a business of selling and applying chemicals. The control of nature is a phrase conceived in arrogance, born of the Neanderthal age of biology and philosophy, when it was supposed that nature exists for the convenience of man.